Guys, I hope everyone is having a great and wonderful day today. I'm super excited because it's so interesting how when you start working with Moldavite, you automatically start attracting high vibrational crystals that match its frequency. And so what's really amazing for me is not only have I come across serpentine and, the Libyan desert glass and the zincite, I've come across all these high vibrational crystals and stones, but there's one in particular that finally caught my attention and finally was like, all right, you know what, Chewy, you have to go ahead and pair this crystal now with Moldavite and just see what happens. So that's exactly what I did. Now, it's funny because this crystal that I'm going to talk about today came into my life, came into my being through a very funny story. Okay, not funny, but very interesting story. I had just come back from Mexico back in, I believe, towards the end of 2014. I think 2014. Yeah. And so I was back. I was, super excited to start a whole new chapter in my life. I was meeting new people, and I was getting around by the bus and light rail and just getting used to, getting around without a car for a while. And so when I was back here, I was taking the light rail one night. It was super late at night. I had just gotten off of, working at Marciano's, and lo and behold, this guy, he gets onto the light rail with this really nice suitcase. And I'm thinking to myself, I was sitting there, I was looking out the window, and I'm like, man, that's a really cool suitcase. And so the guy sat down, and I just quickly said, like, hey, you have a really nice suitcase. And he's like, oh yeah, I sell crystals and gems. And I'm like, oh, really? And so we kind of started talking about crystals and gems, and we started talking about spirituality and, how he believes in like the crystal energies and things of that nature, and that he actually made his custom jewels and, pendants. And so I was like, hey, yeah, let me take a look, and just kind of see what you have. And so I looked and I found a really nice piece of selenite that he was willing to give to me for $5. So I was like, heck yeah, I'm going to take it. It was a really big piece of selenite. And so I ended up buying a piece of selenite from him, which was actually coiled around a white serpent, which was actually really cool. It was all handmade, and it was very interesting. And he's like, yeah, and then he's like, you know what? I really feel like the Spirit's telling me to give you this piece, this crystal that I have here, which I'm going to show you. He's like, I feel like the Holy, not the Holy Spirit, but the Spirit, on his behalf, he said, the Spirit's telling me to give this to you, so I think you need it. And so he gave me this piece, and he's like, it's called Kyanite. And hopefully I'm pronouncing that right, Kyanite. And he's like, yeah, it's all about aligning your chakras. It's all, and you don't even have to program it or anything. You just basically use it to align your chakras. It's more in alignment with blue, right? So it's going to target your throat chakra more than any others, but still it works in aligning all your chakras in general. And yes, it comes in different colors. Yes, it does many different things, but this is what it's really for. It's to align. It's a high frequency crystal, and it's mainly to actually align all your chakras and to heal them. And so I was like, okay, wow, that's pretty cool. And I didn't think much about it because, back in those days, I wasn't really heavy and really into, crystals and using crystals and feeling their energy. And so I was like, okay, well, thank you. And so I didn't think too much about it until this year when I started working with Moldavite, and somebody on my Instagram page was like, hey, have you mixed Moldavite with Kyanite? And I was like, Kyanite, what the heck is Kyanite? And I'm like, oh my gosh, I think that's the piece that guy gave me. And so I quickly found it in my box of crystals and jewels, and I was like, oh my gosh, I'm going to pair this thing together. And sure enough, as soon as I paired the two together, I felt this incredible energy just rush throughout my whole body, and especially in my heart. It felt like my heart was doing a little dance, right? It was like, hey, like, it was doing this little dance inside my heart, like it was satisfying something inside my being. And so I got really excited because, now here on the Moldavite channel, we're working here with Moldavite, I've been pairing Moldavite with so many different stones and crystals. And like I said, my favorite pairing so far has been the serpentine. And my gosh, guys, this serpentine is so powerful when I mix it with the Moldavite, and it's so in alignment with the Kundalini energy. And now I've mixed it in with the Kyanite as well, and this is just I can even just feel it right now. It's like when I take the Kyanite away, I don't really feel much. But then when I pair it like here, like I can literally feel the energy just rushing up the top of my head and into like my crown chakra. And it's just amazing for me to feel that energy. And so I'm really excited about pairing all these three together, because it really is increasing the evolution of how fast my spiritual growth is proceeding. And so I really wanted to share this with you guys, because maybe you're like, man, I need a new crystal. Maybe I want to feel more energy, or maybe I just want to feel good, right? This is a great pairing, right? The serpentine, the Kyanite, and the Moldavite, for me personally, has been a really great combo. And I'm super excited to keep working with it. I may get a bigger piece of Kyanite, just because I can already feel the energy with this small little piece. So I can just imagine how much it's going to feel with an even bigger piece of Kyanite. And you know, hopefully you guys can see that. It's super amazing. It feels really good. And it's exactly like that guy described it on my Instagram page. He said, if you pair Moldavite with Kyanite, it's going to feel like you want to dance. And it's so true. Like every time I pair these two, I almost feel like I do want to dance, but my heart just kind of dances in my heart. And so I really just wanted to share that with you guys, because it's super interesting. And you know, there is a lot of research that's been done on Kyanite as well. I'll read a little bit to you. It says, the blue Kyanite is the most widespread color of Kyanite and is the type most often seen. The most outstanding property that all colors of Kyanite are known for is the ability to bring all the chakras into alignment. And so then it goes into about how it's a high vibration crystal, and that it comes in different colors, and that it benefits the ongoing healing of the body and aids the development of spiritual gifts and psychic abilities. And it calms down the mind and allows you to go into restful and relaxing states required for a totally relaxed meditative experience. So I'm really excited, guys, about this piece, because even though it's this like size, it's still powerful, right? It's still very, very, very powerful. So I really wanted to share that with you guys real quick. It's super amazing. Stay tuned, guys, because I have other crystals that I'm actually pairing Moldavite with the serpentine, and I just want to see how many, all these combinations, kind of like recipes that we just kind of mix together to see what we get and enjoy the energy. So I'm super excited about that, guys. And guys, I'm also excited about the Moldavite on the page. Thank you guys for being perseverant and, you know, helping me and just pushing through as we settle these new grounds and get everything set up so that it's an easier process for you guys to get Moldavite from me online. And so with that being said, guys, soon enough I'll be posting some the last two big pieces that I have that you guys can get for now until the next gem show comes through. So I'll definitely be posting those up very, very soon. Just stay tuned and watch my videos. I believe everything right now is set up for international and domestic shipping. Domestic shipping, I recommend just going straight through my Moldavite page on Weebly. But if you want to order internationally, go through the Facebook page, PayPal, because it will save you on shipping and handling. So if you don't have a Facebook account, it might be time to open one. Also, don't open up these websites through your phone. Use a laptop or a tablet so that you can access the links, because the links do work, guys. It's just that right now it's not created to be in an app form yet. I don't know when that will happen, since I'm not like a tech geek, I guess, so to speak, but I believe that in the future that is a possibility. So just stay patient with that, guys. Like as always, this page is growing, this page is expanding, but sometimes we have to go through those obstacles and those hurdles to push on through. So I will leave those links below, guys, where you guys can check out my website at www.themoldaviteexperience.weebly.com, and I will also put my Facebook, PayPal page on there as well. So thank you guys so much for watching. Get your Kyanite, get your serpentine, get your Moldavite. Thank you guys so much for watching. I send you guys so much love, and I will talk to you guys very, very soon.